If the customer has it in their back of their minds that, okay, I paid to this company to become their members, then they will go back and stay loyal, not because they are loyal to the brand itself, but because, okay, I paid money there, I really need to use this discount. Brands are really missing out on these customers. Like 80% who walks in there, they will not really hear about you after this purchase. Actually, the future of loyalty programs, that it's not gonna stay like transactional, but rather like these programs should generate a feel of access and belonging and like status. The more information you get from people, the more loyal they can be, because you can use this information to actually create a personalized experience in email campaigns, in loyalty campaigns.
Cześć, tu Tomek Runowicz i Maciek Czarniak. Na co dzień prowadzimy agencję Weekend Fly, w której pomagamy dojrzałym markom w złożonych migracjach na Shopify POS.
A to jest kanał Flying with Shopify, w którym rozmawiamy z ekspertami i founderami e-commerce. Zapraszamy na kolejny odcinek. Like before we start, one quick question: Do you watch World Cup, football World Cup, Mundial?
Of course.
Yes. Yeah. I think Hungary is in the same group as Poland, right?
Yeah. Unfortunately, yes. But
yeah,
maybe
that's a pity.
In 4 years or for the European.
Next time, right?
Exactly. And which team do you think will win?
I think the usual suspects probably. I would say some of the teams that have won in the past. From what I'm seeing, probably France looks the strongest. Argentina, same. I'm not sure about Germany. Not sure about Spain.
Yesterday, like Germany.
Yeah, they lost to Ecuador, right?
Yeah.
These guys were so motivated, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like a nice game to watch. But all in all, I'm always rooting for some underdogs. So I really enjoy watching Japan, Norwegians guys. So that's Norway is like really. I think they might be the underdog and the black horse of this race. And apart from that, I was hoping for like more action from African teams, but it's like, I would say, average. I can see like anyone. I mean, like, Morocco 4 years ago was like this unexpected team. Right now, they still look solid, but I'm just not sure. It's not that impressive, right? And maybe maybe it's because like we have some expectations of them. Yeah, I think Belgium is disappointing. Same for Croatia. I think Dutch, Netherlands might be going places. Marton, for anyone that doesn't know you, could you give us like a brief introduction of yourself, of the software that you represent, for those who are like regular subscribers? I'm sure you remember Marton. We had some episodes recorded before, and we've covered some basics. I would say maybe not only basics, but Marton definitely showed us some ropes of loyalty program in e-commerce. Today we're gonna discuss it in more detail. We're gonna do like a deep dive. Yeah, but let's just start with some quick introduction.
Yeah, thanks Maciej for having me. I'm Marton. I'm building Love Loyalty along with two of my co-founders and now a team of 8. And basically, Love Loyalty is a retention platform for brands on Shopify that offers points programs, VIP tiers, referrals, paid memberships, and basically everything that you need to set up an engaging and well-working loyalty program, both for online Shopify stores and both for stores that also have physical location.
Mm-hmm. You said you were like now a team of 8, right?
Yes, I mean it's constantly changing because we are hiring more and more people for support because luckily we have we are doing onboardings and we are doing setups for brands as well, and we need many support colleagues, but or like customer success managers. But on the other hand, when it comes to developing and coding, we have one or two people on that part besides our CTO. But then we see that currently in this age of AI, like more than 90% of the code we are shipping is done by AI.
Okay. Yeah, I've heard that from many brands. I think the guy from Spotify claims that they have 100% of the code shipped by AI. Like the interesting part is why he's not firing his developers, right? If that's the truth. But I guess that's the new normal, right?
Yeah,
Like the
exactly.
tokens.
Exactly. So I mean, András, our CTO, he basically built a tool using lots of AIs that when AI builds something, the other one checks it and reviews it, and there's like 10 rounds of review. And
Oh yeah.
and basically, obviously, he looks at the finished version and everything because before it goes into production. But then for like small fixes and stuff, or like features that are like just a button there or something like that, so like that are super small, he doesn't even have to really review it because
Okay.
it just works. So but it's still obviously still needed to have like human there because they need to understand how the program works. It really has to have a human touch, in my opinion, and that's why we have another developer as well, because they just understand the product, and that's the and AI won't really understand what we want to build and what our strategy look like, what our roadmap looks like. It just builds it.
Yeah. I totally agree that you need to have like a human in the loop and someone that will be responsible for the quality. And the other thing is, I guess, that you need some sort of guide rails for agents to work and
Of course.
give them some access to limited scope of functionalities. This is the thing that we explore all the time right now. We've even had this conversation earlier today on our Slack channel where people were complaining about the quality of the new Shopify partner dashboard, where it seems that many things don't work properly, and the our the suspect in this puzzle is obviously the AI agents coding or vibe coding, these some less critical functionalities.
Yeah.
So it seems like this AI coding or AI assisted engineering is taking its toll, right? But I think it's just temporary, and we'll get there once the workflow is solid. It's gonna be like the top notch quality.
Yeah, of course, it's gonna still take time, but I understand what you're talking about, because we experience the same as like app developers when it comes to Shopify. But I'm really happy that Shopify does a lot and relies a lot on AI. For example, there's Sidekick now, and merchants can just build a few things on their own. Also, we are now launching our Sidekick integration so that it will be even easier to like launch a new reward type or rules for your loyalty program, because you can just chat with Sidekick and then
Yeah. This like the recent update from Shopify regarding Sidekick being able to integrate or interact with some apps from the ecosystem. I think that's maybe not the game changer, but it's definitely a nice feature. And we see brands going towards this AI operation mode when running their e-commerce business, right? Okay, but we'll get back to Sidekick because I've had some tests regarding Sidekick and loyalty today,
okay.
but I think we'll get to the point where I will tell you more about that.
Okay.
But yeah, let's jump back to our main subject of today's episode, meaning loyalty. And over the last years, months, we're having more and more conversation with our customers and prospects regarding the loyalty. And I've collected some most common questions and objections that appear that are raised in these conversations. And I would like you to help me either elaborate on some of these, or maybe handle these objections and try to provide some, arguments for people, or just like, a way for people to comprehend what they can do actually, with their loyalty program. So I would like to start with the math behind loyalty, because this is something that I would say probably is the main concern. How do I know if my loyalty program is driving revenue? How can I be sure, or how can I tell that that these orders come from loyalty programs, or that they would have happened anyway?
Yeah.
So this is something that I think like this attribution is a big part of this conversation.
Yes, I completely agree, and of course, this is one of the hardest questions of loyalty. But I think altogether, brands need to look at loyalty and as or like building a loyalty program or launching a loyalty program as a must when you want to maximize retention. Mm-hmm. And obviously, if you implement a loyalty program and it works, you will definitely see that it's working, and you will be sure to know that, okay, I'm not increasing the repeat purchase rate just because I implemented a loyalty program. So I think no one will tell that one exact purchase happened just because of the program. But if you implement a loyalty program and it starts to resonate with your customers, and you see that retention, the first time buyers are coming back, or even like your most active customers are coming back more frequently or have like higher AOV, it means that your loyalty program is working. But of course, there are ways to measure it. So it's you don't just have to rely on your gut feelings. But what we usually recommend is that before you launch a loyalty program, you should be aware of all the different type of retention metrics. So like what percentage of your customers are retaining customers? How often do they return in a specific period? How many of your first time customers are returning, and stuff like that. And obviously one of the reasons we ask this is that based on this we know like what type of customers they have, what type of program to recommend or design. But the other thing is that it's good for like an analytics after they launch the loyalty program. So if you look at a group of customers for like in the last half a year before you have like a loyalty program, and you understand their retention metrics and how their spending is changing in this period of time, and then you launch your loyalty program. Obviously, iterate on it and stuff like that, because very few brands get it right for the first time. But then you look at it again in like 12 months or something for the same group. And if you compare their spending behavior, like how more frequent or how many times more they are purchasing products, or how much more they spend when they come back, how they use the points, if they have points, or like how active they are in the community, how and basically all these you can just put together and simply by the numbers you can check whether your loyalty program is working or not. And another thing that really connects here is checking the point redemptions. So basically, you need to like analyze how people who are redeeming their points are spending more money and coming back more often than the ones who are not active loyalty members. And you can do the same with average order value.
I totally agree. I think like the probably like when I'm thinking about it, like my take on it would be that you need to evaluate it in a long term. Definitely, maybe a quarter is not enough. I think like these trends emerge when you look at these probably if you compare year to year, most likely. And I think because in a short term, just starting a loyalty program may happen in the same time as some other factors, and you need to just factor them in, and it's again hard to attribute it. I like this metric of average order value, or like the lifetime value if you use segments. I think this one is really like a clear indicator. But at the end of the day, everything comes down to having your data right and trusting them, right? So I would say this is something that is critical. And I think like, especially with this new integration that Sidekick provides, this is something that might be actually easier to do, because you can just ask these difficult questions in a plain English, and it's going to answer and do the heavy math and reasoning for you, actually.
Exactly. I totally agree. So there's like no, I don't know, Excel sheet where you put in your order numbers and stuff, and then it tells you like, okay, how much retention should you have by now after 2 months and stuff like that, because it's really different for every type of product, for every brand. But yeah, the problem is, and that's why this is a great topic. The problem is, we are doing a lot of migrations from like large or like legacy loyalty solutions, and whenever we tell or ask the brands, okay, like how is your loyalty going now, or like is it working well, or like what are the numbers, they basically have no idea. So they pay like, I don't know, $600 a month for a tool, and then they have no idea whether it lifts their metrics or whether it's not working. They have no idea about point redemption and stuff. And I'm like, okay, but you should at least look at those on or measure these, and that is why Sidekick will be a great help for brands on this part as well. But that is also why e-commerce managers should learn more about what are the numbers that should have target numbers for their loyalty program, and measure the LTV or the higher frequency of purchases. And yes, you are totally right about it needs more time, so 6 to 12 months until you see whether a loyalty program is really working. But to be honest, even after just 1 or 2 months, if you just look at the point redemption, it's a super simple metric.
Of
you
course.
Can know that it really works or it's not working, and you have to adjust it.
I mean, if the simple question is it working, then totally agree. But I think to calculate its profitability, that might be a bit trickier, right? Martin, so the next question I have for you is the one regarding the margin baseline. So what would you say is the threshold of discounts that stops your e-commerce from being profitable? I mean, when these discounts that you get, or the points awarding system harms your profitability, basically. How do you wrap your mind around this concept?
I mean, again, it's different for each industry and for each brand, because we see companies using our loyalty program who have 80% profit margins, and then obviously they can give away a 10% discount, and it won't be any trouble for them. Also, there are subscription brands who actually don't win any money on the first purchase, or even on the second. I heard that it's not one of our users, but I heard that there's a huge brand who does subscription, and they are only get to profitability after the fourth purchase. So it's based, you have to know your margins, you have to know your customers, and based on that you can decide what are the discount that you can give away, and what is the discount that the customers will care about. But just on a benchmark, or what we usually recommend, obviously not to everyone, but it works most of the brands, is that and it also motivational enough for the customers, is that if after one purchase you give a number of points that is worth around between 5 to 10% for the next purchase. Between 5 to 10%, it's doing something with the mind of the customer. So it's they are thinking about it, and they might want to come back. Or if they need another shoe, and you have a shoe store, and they know that, okay, I have a 10% worth of discounts there, then they're probably going to go there. But obviously it's not always the discount that works for brands. But if it's about discount, then you have to calculate how much is the product you're giving discount on, what's your margin on that, and basically how does that discount system increases your retention overall.
You touch on something that I really wanted to talk about, and this non-financial gains and that brands may offer in their loyalty programs. I think this is particularly interesting because I've heard about some like strategies that you can implement that are like perceived as very valuable for your customers and are not that expensive for you to implement. So I wonder if you can share some of your experience here, your strategies, and what do you do with what do you recommend to your customers?
Yeah, so I think that it's more and more popular to have like different type of rewards than just the transactional. I'll give you 1 point for $1 spend, because if you look at e-commerce overall, I think like it was maybe a bit more than 10 years ago when these like loyalty programs started to become popular, and everything was just transactional, which meant that like basically after a while all brands had these type of programs, even today. And it's if it's the same for everyone, then customers won't really care about it, which one they decide on or which one they are purchasing from. And your ultimate goal is obviously to make more money and increase retention, but how does that work? It works that you need like brand loyalty, and like people actually want to go back to your store to purchase. And it's becoming, I think it's actually the future of loyalty programs, that it's not gonna stay like transactional, but rather like these programs should generate a feel of access and belonging and like status. And that is why we are also really pushing brands to like first understand their customers, and we try to talk a lot about this with them, and based on that they will know like what matters to the customers. But larger brands, they come to us with like exactly what you just said, that okay, hey Marton, we don't want like a simple points program, we want something different. Like, can you show us a few I don't know, beauty or cosmetics brand that are doing something that's more than just transactional points program. And that's why we are putting a lot of energy into like building out these custom solutions, or giving the more and more tools into the hands of eco managers, so that they can build out their unique loyalty experiences.
I totally agree. I think like if your only strategy is giving away some discounts, then you don't have like a loyalty. You don't have like brand ambassadors and brand evangelists, or like these brand advocates. You have just point collectors, or you have like this just buyers seeking for for discounts basically. And I think like this psychology behind loyalty is very interesting conversation, because people don't always seek just like, as you said, transactional rewards. They seek probably status, and some other things might be just perceived as valuable to them. I've heard like about brands that do like these queue skips. So if you have like some tier of loyalty, then you are served first. Doesn't cost you much as a merchant, but for your customers, it might be perceived as some signal of status. The same goes for like some express returns, right? Or I've done some research today, and I found like a crazy example that some fashion brands try to experiment with home try-ons, meaning like you have courier like delivering clothes to your to your door, and he's waiting for half an hour,
Wow.
and you can try on everything, and just if you don't like it, he's gonna take it back.
Yeah.
So that's some stories.
Basically, you can come up with anything, and
Oh, yeah.
you can build it into your loyalty program, and you can test it pretty fast. But one of the few or like a few things that we are seeing and are getting popular is like member only or like invite only events.
Yeah.
For example, that really seem to give a feeling of status. Then access to specific collections. And here I'm mainly talking about apparel brands, fashion brands, beauty brands, accessories and stuff. But like obviously when it comes to like a pet food company, it's like a bit different when what you can provide as a unique loyalty experience. But yeah, so like these invite only events, these access to specific products or early access to products, and then there are like insane stuff as well. So for example, if you reach a level of tier, then you can get invited to a community where you will see the not yet launched products, and then you can give your feedback on it, and based on that the company can do some action if enough people say that, okay, I don't want that clothes, or I want like brown stuff instead of blue one. And I think it really this type is really like feels like the brand cares about you, you belong there, and these unique experiences are really the ones that I think are driving brand loyalty. Or I even saw brands who offer like one-on-one meetings with the founder of the brand and stuff like that. So it's super interesting to see that loyalty is going into this direction. But on the other hand, I can also see points programs work well for some brands. Obviously, it's this like they are not just simple; they are well designed with good reward types and like free products that people really care about. But points programs can also go like crazy.
Yeah. I have like a short digression here. Have you heard about these dopamine buying sites, like this trend from southern Korea? It's just like popped up yesterday. I think I saw some article on Mashable or somewhere. So it's basically like, bear with me. It's I'm going somewhere with this. It's like these fake e-commerce sites or food delivery sites where young people from Korea are basically pretending that they're buying stuff. So they are doing like this shopping. They adding it to cart. They click buy. It simulates transaction. They receive all these transaction emails. They can even track delivery. And like there's like obviously, but they're not actually paying with their own money, and they're not getting anything, right? So it's just for the sake of experience. And there is like different theories or like reasoning behind why this trend is popping. But one of them is like regards status, actually. So something we've discussed. So was like this economy turmoil and people losing jobs, young people losing jobs in Korea. But the theories, like the hypothesis, that they're so addicted to buying that they can still get their dopamine drips from like fake buying experience.
Wow.
So That's something that tells a bit about where we are as a society, but it tells something about our buying habits and the need for status, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I can easily imagine this, but it's like weird, and it's
like hard to comprehend, but it's happening, right?
But I totally get it. So yeah, do the shopping because of the experience, and then because you can get status.
Yeah, because you get this dopamine shot not when these goods you've ordered arrive. It happens when you click buy. So that's just insane.
That's just wow. Yeah, I mean, that's interesting. Like, yeah, and it makes you think of about the psychology behind purchasing products and stuff. So
yeah. But going back to the topic of loyalty and these non-transactional rewards, I totally agree. I think that brands should also perceive these, let's say, events or meetings with their customers as a win-win kind of situation, because you get access to like insights. I know that, for example, Glossier is doing this focus sessions with their top customers, who actually tell them what they would like to see in their store, what cosmetics are like missing, what are the problems with current ones. I think it's as I said, win-win for both for
I totally agree.
Customers.
I totally agree. That is why I really like this idea of like having like a closed community which you can reach after spending a specific amount of money on these products, so that, and there you can give feedback on the products. It's super insightful for the brands as well.
Yeah. So Marton, another question. You've mentioned that actually loyalty programs, when they emerged, they were basically about points or tiers, and now what we see is that so basically when everyone is thinking about loyalty program, their mind naturally gravitates towards this narrative. But you can think about loyalty program in a different way. You can use them for like a data harvesting engine. You can just try and use it for like different purposes than just generating revenue, right?
Yeah.
So can you tell more about that?
For sure. So basically, obviously, one of the main reasons why people want loyalty program, and they can be, or merchants can be satisfied with it even without like the points program working well, is because they get a lot of information about their customers. So they sign up to their program with their email, with their name, usually with their birthday, and then brands can use that for different type of email campaigns. Or if you come back to the site, they can, and if usually people stay logged in, so if you come back to the site, they can show you the exact products that you saw before. Or if you gave away your birthday, they can send you like birthday rewards or offers. So I think like the email collection is an important part of a loyalty program, and then anything that is on top of it, or anything that's additional information, which in these loyalty programs are usually birthdays and or giving your Instagram account or anything like that can be useful. Obviously, your phone number So yeah, this really helps brands get you back and retain customers.
Yeah, I totally agree. I guess like people have, I would say, especially pet owners have like a great potential for be this source of insights regarding like all the crazy stuff and habits their pets have, and they like to talk about them, right? And so you can like have like the best intel ever and get like all the details about their puppies and cats, and then target them with a
Yeah, like
very specific narrow down campaigns.
yeah, totally. So like and pet owners, yeah, they care a lot about their pets. That makes that they actually want to give you more information about the pet,
Yeah.
so that you can recommend the best food or best anything, or like they really deeply care as it was their child or something, and then the more information you can get out of them when signing them up to your loyalty program, the better will be for the better the experience will be for them. So if you ask about their dog's breed, or like I don't know how many walks you take them per week, based on all these type of what type of food they are getting now, how many times a day, and stuff like that, you can they can really, like, brands can really
Get creative basically, right? With
create
the
and give you like a super personalized experience, both when it comes to just an email campaign, or both when it comes to you getting back to the store and they recommend you products. Oh, the discounts are for some reason on the products that you really want today. And actually, the more information you get from people, the more loyal they can be, because you can use this information to actually create a personalized experience in email campaigns, in loyalty campaigns. And that's also if you're not only talking about pet food and puppies, then it's also true for example, beauty brands. They know your skin type. They know that, okay, with your skin type, I don't know, this weather in June will get your I don't know. So like they can give you creams that will be the best for this month for your skin type. They can give you, I don't know, access to videos based on what you say about how your skin reacts to stuff. And that's also true for like apparel. If you like to wear, I don't know, short jeans and baggy jeans and stuff, then they will recommend you those kind of stuff. They can send some loyalty offers to that. So yeah, I think a key thing with the loyalty program is that you can also get more and more information that the customers are giving you, like, willingly. So they want to give you information so that they can get more points and get or points or any type of rewards, and get a more personalized experience. And this all together really helps you build brand loyalty.
Yeah, totally. I think even at the simplest level, when you have like info that somebody has a dog, you don't send them advertising materials or like email campaigns about cat food. Although I think like my Labrador wouldn't mind eating that as well.
Yes.
Yeah. So, but Martin, what about like these in-store customers? Like, if somebody has a brick and mortar store and POS system, is there a way to either gather some information about those customers or engage them in the loyalty program, or like, merge these two worlds, like online and offline, and increase their activity from offline in online, etc.
Yeah, definitely. So that's also a super interesting and really hot topic right now. When you think about it, if you go to a physical store and purchase, I don't know, a shirt or anything, most of the times you just walk out there and the brand or the merchant who sold it to you won't get any information from you, and it's like, people are really, or brands are really missing out on these customers. Like 80% who walks in there, or like on average I think 70 or 80, they will not really hear about you after this purchase. And currently with Shopify's omnichannel experience, like Shopify is pushing hard on physical or retail locations and their POS, and we also see more and more large brands who use their loyalty program with Love Loyalty online. They didn't have Shopify's POS before, but now they are switching to Shopify, and they want to introduce the Shopify and the loyalty program for POS as well. Because when a customer walks in and you just ask them at the counter to, ask their email and make them sign up to your program, you don't even have to ask them email. You can just have like a QR code out. If for example, we are providing such things that they put out a QR code, you sign up, and you are in the program. And this way they can, they will know what you purchased, so they can send you such offers. They can give you points or any type of like discounts that you makes you want to come back, and they can send you different type of personalized offers just by asking for your name and asking for your email when paying, and or like just using this QR code, so you don't even have to say anything. And basically, when it comes to memberships, for example, or memberships, you can give them discounts right at their first purchase when they are in the store. So it's like it's super important, and also for people who already purchased from you. Let's say they purchased online before. If you ask them, or if your staff asks them at the counter that, okay, whether you are part of the loyalty program or whether you're signed up, and if they are, they can just easily redeem their points right at at paying or at checkout in the physical store. And what's also, we are actually at Love Loyalty, we are pushing more and more features to POS, because we see that it's working really, really well. So like this unified omnichannel experience, having points or having like tiers or memberships both online and in store is huge. And we are doing a lot of wallet pass features actually at this summer, because we just visited a few of our clients in London, and these wallet pass features, they really resonate with them, because like many people don't, or they look at email campaigns, of course, but busy people, for example, we were at brands who we work with that sell, I don't know, £100 t-shirts to like 40-50-year-old people who are usually busy people, like they have a lot of work to do, or businessmen and stuff like that. They are not really keen to look at email campaigns like younger people. But if you if they make a purchase in your store and you get them to your wallet pass with the QR code or from adding it from online, you can actually send them wallet pass notifications easily, which converts like way higher
Interesting.
than email, so that you can send a notification. Let's say that, okay, if you got 200 extra points, use it by end of June and come back to our physical store or online store as well.
Okay.
Or one other feature that we recently launched is that so-called near store notification, which obviously is like, it's interesting, but brands actually like it. Is that, let's say if your customer is walking like within a mile from your store, you can just send a notification to their wallet pass that, okay, walk in today and get 10% discount of our new t-shirts or something like that.
So what was the technology like underneath that? How can you tell the proximity of people from your? Do you have like some location?
So they have
settings
so they obviously have to accept the location sharing when they sign up the program and they add the wallet pass. So yeah, it's like just an additional thing that works for some and for others it doesn't. But having these wallet passes, and it's also better to like when you are in a physical store and you and the staff checks your QR code and then you can in your like wallet pass, you can see your point balance, you can see everything, and it's just like really compact, and you don't even have to go into the online website and go to your profile and check your points or check your reward types. You see everything in just one small wallet pass. So it works amazingly well. And actually, when it comes to like what I was telling you in the beginning here at this question, the first time buyers, how like 80% of them just walks out. Actually, with first time buyers, it all depends on what the staff says or like how they ask you. So that is like we have a brand called Felix and Norton from Canada, and they experimented a lot with loyalty and memberships, and it all came down to the script the staff gets and what they say and how they convey. It's just 2 sentences, no more. But if you get it right, you will get all of your customers onto your loyalty program, and they actually will come back. Or even like in their case, it's like a paid membership, a yearly paid membership, and they have like a 2 or 3 sentence like script that they tell to every new customer, and it works really well.
This is really good insight, I think, because it's like low effort, but it's actually quite tricky, right? Because you can tell your staff to just ask people or mention your loyalty program, but the way they do it is essential, right?
Exactly. So we are now recommending such things based on insights on what a brand should, or what the staff should say to the customers. And because there are a few points that must not be missed, and like how you tell them. But if the staff knows it, then it's gonna work.
Now I'm like wondering what's the winning sentence, but I guess it's gonna be different. Yeah. I guess it's gonna be different for all the brands and cultures and industries probably.
Yeah.
Okay. I have a few more questions, and the next one is, it's regarding using loyalty programs to making people buy in the so-called quiet periods. There are some, seasonalities in some of the industries. Not everybody's facing that, but most of industries, I would say, have some quiet seasons. Can we leverage our loyalty program to make people, I don't know, either buy or maybe redeem their coupons, points, and so on? What's your take on that?
Yeah, for sure. So obviously every brand has like some quiet periods, and for that it's also starts with analyzing your customers and how their purchase behavior looks. So you have to know like how many of the customers are coming back from day 1 to day 30, then day 30 to day 60, or like, like you have to experiment on what are the periods that you need to look at. But then if you check those by customer segments and product categories, and you really find the super quiet periods, then you can adjust your loyalty program to it. One of the big strategies that we see working is that brands set an expiry for their points to that period, and they set up email campaigns to these customer segments that their points will expire soon or in this period, and they should redeem it now. Then the same goes for if it's not about points but VIP tiers, then the same goes for tier progress, so that basically they can set that, okay, come back now, and then you will reach the next tier, which gives you this and this type of rewards. These two strategies really, we see that it's really working for brands to get people coming back in slow periods, and others do these doubling or tripling points for in quiet or slow periods, and even you can do that for specific products or specific collections. So let's say from months 6 to months 8, there is no returning customer for my hair care product. Then you can also target only this product with adding double points or triple points in this specific period.
Yeah,
and
that's smart.
Yeah, and basically this should work.
That actually can help you manage your like warehouse issues, let's say, like this stale product.
Exactly, it really helps with inventory as well. So I think these quite simple strategies, we see these working as well.
Okay. Martin, I have like 2 more questions before we go. And one that I think is popping up a lot regards measuring or figuring out if you're not giving your margins too quickly. Can you point any red flags that loyalty program is not working as it should?
You mean that? Yeah. So basically, you give too much discount and not profit. Yeah. So obviously, as we talked about before, you have to know like your own margins and what discount is still worth it to you. But then what we see is that a really good point redemption rate, like a real good, is between 20 or 30%. And if you have like, or even up to 40, but if you have like a constant month by month point redemption rate above 40%, and it's going while your profits you are not seeing to grow that much, then you probably have a problem with your loyalty setup and rules and earning rules. And another one is that if you measured your customers before launching your loyalty program, and these are the ones that are only coming back for redeeming points and using your program. That's also something that means that basically you are giving discounts to the one who would have purchased from you anyways. We are just burning money, or yes, if you know your margin, you have to measure whether your reward cost is like higher than the retention it gets to.
Yeah, that actually came to mind when you've mentioned that you can ask customers at the counter if they want to join a loyalty program and handle them discount right away. I mean, they are buying, right? So you can handle them discount for the next purchase, probably. Maybe that would be.
I mean, that part I especially said or mentioned because of the if it's not like a simple points program but a membership, but like I mean paid membership. So for example, if you have like a $20 per year paid membership, and at the first purchase at the counter you upsell this membership, you can give the discount right away.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. Sorry, my bad, right? That would make a lot of sense then, and incentivize and actually making them converting right on the spot, because probably this membership is worth less than the discount, right?
Exactly. And also, like, we see that brands are not really winning money on the membership. Like obviously it's extra revenue, but it's not that relevant revenue. But if it's, again, psychology behind it, because if the customer has it in their back of their minds that, okay, I paid to this company to become their members, then they will go back and stay loyal, not because they are loyal to the brand itself, but because, okay, I paid money there, I really need to, use this discount because then otherwise I paid for nothing. So I will need to purchase more and more. And actually we see that paid membership members like spending 3 times as much or 3 times more frequently than ones who are not who are coming back but not subscribed to like a paid membership, because it works really well for obviously paid membership for a brand to launch a paid membership that's successful. You already still need to have like a bit of a brand loyalty and people knowing your brand, because for a no-name stuff I won't give away like even $10 a year. But after you get to a level of popularity among your customers, then paid membership works really well, both physical stores and online stores.
What would you say is like the threshold of, I don't know, either size, I mean, maybe not headcount obviously, but like the volume of sales, or like the the brand, when it makes sense? Is there like
yeah, of course. So I think I would say I usually recommend paid memberships if 30 or more, like 40% of your customers are retaining customers.
Okay. Okay. So that's I thought that it might have something to do with the scale of the business, like the revenue generated and so on.
I mean, I don't really think that. I think that if it's a business where people are buying, or like it's type of products where what people are buying more than 2 times a year, and you have like 30 or 40% your customers are returning, then it means that, okay, when they think about it, they come back to you. Okay, you can make them even more loyal, or like spend more, or come back more frequently. So I think it comes down to the percentage of your returning customers.
Okay, cool. Marton, one final question, or actually, a question. I know that you are guys working on some like extra feature that actually solves one of the most difficult problems of loyalty programs, meaning this setting up and like the rules and onboarding and stuff. Can you share a bit about that?
Yeah, exactly. So at Love Loyalty, we actually already launched our AI loyalty program builder. Currently for like new merchants only who are now installing our app, and it works pretty easily. So basically, when you install Love Loyalty, one of the options that you get is that you can tell our AI program builder what type of or like if you have any goal or what do you want for what type of loyalty program, and then our AI program builder checks your orders, checks your products, checks your customers, and basically based on all these, it designs you in a few minutes like a complete earning rules, a complete reward type system.
Okay.
Also, it designs what we talked about earlier, like how much points or how many discounts you should give away. So it gives you like a simple reward and earning rule so that you can give 10% back or stuff like that. And basically the next thing is that you can just review it and launch it. And obviously it's working. It's working well, and I'm seeing more and more brands using it. Obviously, this type of setup is good for brands who have no idea or close to no idea of how they should set up their loyalty program, or if they want to just quickly test a loyalty program out. But it really, one of the big struggles we see when it comes to brands launching the loyalty program is the designing of the program. Okay, what earning rules should I have? What type of rewards should I have? And they take even months designing these. So that is why we built this AI loyalty program designer. If you check it, or if you install Love Loyalty, it will be there, and then it can design you a program. So basically, what with this new AI loyalty designer that we are building, or that we already launched at Love Loyalty, the main benefit is that you don't really have to think about the earning rules, the reward types, how many discounts you want. The AI loyalty program builder designs the entire program for you, and then you can just launch it and spare time.
Yeah, I think it might be definitely helpful to many brands, because my experience with the brands designing their loyalty programs is this. So they basically, what they do is they go okay, so let's see what our competition is doing in these regards, and let's just copy it. Maybe we can give, some better discounts, or give people more points. Would you say that this is a good idea?
I wouldn't think so, and that is what we talked about, that transactional points as well.
Yeah.
Because, if you become the same, then nothing makes your customers want to stay brand loyal. And also one other thing is that even if you don't want to use the AI loyalty designer, we are providing a complete loyalty program recommendations to the brands we work with. So that is why we usually push to have an initial call where we can discuss okay, what type of products you're selling, and then we can come up with an idea, and we can even set it up for them if they don't want to use this.
So that's AI plus human in the loop approach.
Exactly.
I promise you that I'll get back to this thread of Sidekick we've opened at the beginning. And I was wondering if Sidekick is able to like do this job. I mean, design this loyalty program based on what he knows about your store, and like these results were quite interesting. But like my observations are that for this to be effective, it needs to know your not only prices of the products, but you need to have costs of goods provided, and then it can calculate margins, like gross margins, effectively, and make some suggestions how to structure it. So I suppose that having this connection of Love Loyalty to Sidekick will help a lot of brands design it in a very effective and profitable way.
Exactly. So yeah, Sidekick is getting more and more clever, and I think it's a must for modern loyalty programs to be integrated with it, because in loyalty, it's such an important topic to understand what's behind it.
Yeah. What I see with this aspect of running e-commerce is that many people treat loyalty programs just as a one-time task. Let's just set it up and it's there, right? Check it off and we can cross it out of our list and let's move on. But if you have probably the reason behind is that I don't maybe it's awareness. As you said, there are some brands who like pay a lot of attention and experiment with that. But maybe it's just like a matter of awareness, or maybe it's just that in Europe, costs of customer acquisitions are not that high compared to US, right? So people don't pay that much attention to retention at all. And so I suppose this will change in the nearest future, and having the right tools will allow you to have better data, and I suppose it will be easier for let's say, I don't know, to Sidekick to, hey, can you send me a report on my loyalty program every other week or like every other month, and then actually you probably will have like the autonomous agent able to adjust the settings of the program to do it for you, and you won't have to pay attention. But I think having, again, human in the loop would be important here to make this program effective, right?
Yes, exactly. But I totally agree that we are getting getting to a stage where people will want to know more about their retention metrics and about their loyalty program. It will be much easier with AI, and hopefully more and more brands will not just launch a loyalty program and will know nothing about whether it performs or not, but they will see that okay, if I take if I care about it and I adjust it and I experiment, then it actually affects my my revenue in the long term.
Yeah, exactly. Marton, do you have any final thoughts, words of wisdom you would like to share regarding the loyalty?
I mean, I think this is what I said last time as well, but I think all brands can have a loyalty program, no matter what you are selling, and the first and most important thing is to really know your customers, because currently with today's tools, you can actually set up any kind of loyalty program. You don't have to think about like giving points for dollars or stuff like that. You can set up any type of reward system because of the modern tools. But for that, you really have to know the incentives of your customers. So just understand your customers' needs.
Cool. Marton, thanks for that, for this sequel. I suppose we'll be seeing each other soon, and probably elaborate on this topic somewhere in the nearest future. We started with football, and I think it would be idea to close with it. If you could just like give me your type for the podium, top three.
Top three.
Yeah.
All right. Argentina for the first.
Yeah.
I think they will win. Then, okay, let's have.
This is tricky because I'm not sure what the ladder of like the knockout ladder looks like. Like if
exactly,
they don't
yes,
meet
I'm not
France,
sure about it either. But if I can say anything, then Argentina wins. Then the second one will be the Netherlands.
Mm-hmm.
And for the third one, if it's possible, not sure, but Spain.
Spain. Yeah.
What do you think? What's your podium?
Yeah, I think Argentina will score all goals with Messi only. But I can imagine that it would be the same final as 4 years ago. France probably, and then Spain.
Yeah. So Argentina, France, Spain, yours.
Probably that, or maybe England instead of Spain.
England, I forgot again.
Right. Okay, we'll see in a bit.
Yeah.
Marton, thanks again. It was a pleasure talking to you, and
thank you for having me.
Thanks again. Bye.